Kodak Black, whose real name is Bill Carpy, is one of the biggest rappers out of Florida. To this day, Kodak still manages to have the biggest influence on Florida, inspiring the flow of many other Florida artists. At just 15 years old, he dropped his first music video to the song Project Baby, which to this day sits at 15 million views, but his career has some up and downs to it. So let's take you to the beginning where it all started, because this is the career story of Kodak Black. Kodak Black is from Pompano Beach, Florida. He was raised by his mom in the Golden Acres Projects. He started rapping at the age of 12 under the name J Black, but later on switched to Kodak Black when he made his Instagram account because for Kodak the picture company. He would rap for everyone in the project he was growing up in, and they knew he was going to be a hit from the jump. He even recorded some of his first tapes in a trap house, which isn't a safe environment for any kid. So Kodak didn't have it easy growing up. He lived in the projects, so every day he was surrounded by crime, and even got arrested for carjacking when he was in middle school. But as he grew up, he continued to push out and improve his rapping ability. He dropped his first album, Project Baby. The album would go on to be a certified hood classic, so they gave Kodak a little recognition. Later on, Kodak would drop his famous freestyle, No Flocking, which gave him national attention. And when he dropped this hit song, Skirt, Drake actually posted a clip of him dancing to it. After this, Kodak's career took off. But just as his career was starting to take off, Kodak Black got arrested in October of 2015 and was charged with robbery, battery, 2 counts of false imprisonment of a child under 13, and 3 counts of false imprisonment of an adult. The story goes that Kodak forced 7 people into his car where he suspected they broke into his home. He was released on bond, and just a few months later in December, he was arrested again on possession of marijuana and drug paraphernalia, and let out on bond again. While out, he will drop his hit single, Institution, where he talks about how hard it is being locked up and having a loved one. But then again, in April of 2016, he was arrested after he was spotted buying weed from someone in Florida. When cops got behind him and hit the lights, Kodak did the dash on them and started weaving between traffic trying to get away. After a while, he pulled over and tried to dump a pistol into a dumpster, but that didn't work out because they saw him do it and found a loaded 40 caliber Glock 23 and also found the weed he had just bought. He got charged with possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, possession of marijuana, and fleeing police. Then just a month later, he was arrested again after some more things popped up on his old case for false imprisonment. He was facing the possibility of 55 years and was denied bond. He decided to plead no contest to the case. While locked up, Kodak will go on to release his album, Lil Big Pop, featuring Gucci Mane, Boosie, and P&B Rock. The album was a hit from the jump, bringing Kodak more eyes to him across the world. Kodak will end up getting sentenced to 1 year of house arrest and 5 years probation for the case. But on the day of his release in court, the judge found warrants for his arrest, including one in South Carolina after a girl accused him of sexually harassing her in a hotel room one night after his concert. So the judge was ready to send him to South Carolina, but before that, he still had other warrants in Florida for his drug paraphernalia case he had pled no contest to, and got sentenced to 120 days in prison. Just 2 months into his sentence, he was sent to South Carolina to face the felony assault charges and face up to 30 years in prison. He denied the charges and got out on a $100,000 bond, but this case would take some time to complete. While out on bond, he was then back in Florida doing his time for his house arrest. While on house arrest, Kodak will release some of his biggest hits to this day. There He Go, Too Many Years, and probably his biggest one yet, Tunnel Vision, which hit number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. At this time, him and Jaboy also dropped their first track together called Too Fly. So at this point, Kodak was on the top of the world, dropping hits after hits and getting millions of views. He was feeling like he was the best rapper out, and even called out Lil Wayne to fight so he could beat him and prove he's the greatest rapper alive.
Hey, listen here, man. Tell Lil Wayne, fight me. You know what I'm saying? We finna get in the ring. We finna fight. Me and Lil Wayne. We're finna knock that stupid guy. And if you with me, he the best rapper alive. You heard?
But Kodak still wouldn't be out for long because he ended up violating his house arrest after he went to a strip club in Miami and got into a fight with an employee. He was sent back to jail and waited for the sentencing of that case. While he was on trial, Kodak will release his debut album, Painting Pictures. The album will go on to hit number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and sell 71,000 copies the first week. But then on April 26, 2017, he was found guilty of 5 counts of violating house arrest and given a full year in prison. But the judge would take half of it off if he participated in life skill classes, which he did, and was released after 97 days in June. Kodak would take advantage of all the ice he had on him after his release and would right away drop a song as we all know today called First Day Out. The song to this day sits at 105 million views and would end up going platinum as well. Kodak will continue to put his foot on the industry and release his album Project Baby 2 and the deluxe Project Baby 2 All Grown Up, where he will draw Transporting, Don't Wanna Breathe, and his first and second Versatile. He also drew No Flocking 2, a follow-up to his first No Flocking. During this time, him and Jaboy will drop their biggest song together, G to the A, and he also linked up with rapper XXXTentacion, and the two will go on to make the banger Roll in Peace, that would go on to be a 3-time platinum hit. But just 3 days after dropping Roll in Peace, Kodak will be arrested again on January 18th of 2018. He was arrested after he went on Instagram Live and could be seen passing around guns and weed while his son was around him. He was charged with grand theft of a firearm, 2 counts of possession of a weapon and ammo by a felon, possession of over 20 grams of cannabis, child neglect, and 2 counts of parole violation. His lawyer will end up getting the gun and death charges dropped after he said they were just props used for a music video. But he still did have to face the weed and parole violation charges. He pled not guilty, but the courts didn't agree and sentenced him to a year in prison. While in prison, he will drop the album Heartbreak Kodak and singles Haiti and When Vulture Cries. He will be released in August of 2018 and would hit right back to the top of the rap game, dropping If I'm Lying, I'm Flying and one of his biggest songs yet, ZZ. The song and the dance will go viral on social media, making it a 6-time platinum record. But Kodak didn't just stop dropping hits there. After that, he dropped his singles Take One, Calling My Spirits, and his album Dying to Live. This album will take off and become the #1 album in America at one point. He stated he named the album that because he feels that we're all dying to live even though we live to die because of the things we go through every day. Kodak even went ahead and shot a shot with Young M.A. on the track Pimpin' Ain't Easy. Young M.A. didn't take this too well, and this is what she had to say about it.
Hey, y'all keep talking about this Kodak situation, bro. Y'all niggas is weird, bro. Y'all niggas be wanting to, y'all just like, and it be niggas. It be niggas on that shit. Like, what's wrong with y'all niggas is alright? Come on, bro. Like, come on, yo. Obviously the nigga is weird, bro. Obviously he on some shit, bro. Come on, y'all niggas weird.
He also found himself in some drama after he went on live and said he would be the best man for Lauren London after the passing of Nipsey Hussle. During this time, Kodak had moved out of Florida and started staying in LA so he wouldn't get into any more trouble. And it looked like he was really enjoying himself out there. I mean, look at this video from TMZ.
I'm busting those down. What's up? 26, 13, 6. Put that on TMZ. Put that on the same room. Watch him home, baby. No, listen. I'm putting on. Put that on. Right here. And find it at a real street nigga in the industry. 26, 13, 6. Brian County. 954. Florida.
But the move didn't keep him out of trouble for long, because the rapper will find himself in trouble once again in April of 2019 when he was arrested at the US-Canada border after Border Patrol stopped him and found weed and a gun. He was booked and released the next day on a $40,000 bond. Then just a month later, he got arrested again in May on his way to perform at Rolling Loud, Miami, when U.S. Marshals stopped him and arrested him for a federal investigation they had on him for weapons charges. He would get charged and took a plea deal in November of 2019 for 4 years in prison. While in prison, Kodak didn't drop much. He dropped his album Bill Israel, which featured Tory Lanez, Gucci Mane, CBE, Jackboy, and Lil Yachty. Kodak wouldn't serve his whole sentence though. He was pardoned by Donald Trump in January 2021, and the Project Baby was out once again. Ever since Kodak has been out, he's been dropping banger after banger after banger. He dropped 3 albums, Haitian Boy Kodak, Back for Everything, which debuted at #2 on Billboard and sold 60,000 first week. He just dropped another album 2 weeks ago called Cutthroat Bill, which is one of the top 10 albums in the world at the moment, and even had the #1 song in the world at one point, Super Gremlin. We seen him get into some trouble with the law not too long ago when he was booked on drug trafficking charges in July 2022, but hopefully nothing bad happens to Kodak and can get off. He's bumped heads with a few artists since release, like Japo and Pooh Shiesty, but it seems like for the most part, Kodak has been on a straight path, so hopefully he can continue to stay on the straight path and give his fans the music they love to hear. He was also shot in February of 2022, but thankfully didn't face any life-threatening injuries, and now is 100% healed up. But with that being said, this is the career story of Kodak Black. Like and subscribe for more.